What's going on, guys? This is Almost Expert Wrestling, and it's time for our WWE Night of Champions predictions 2014, and of course it is going on today, technically, and so pretty much tonight, live on the WWE Network. So much to talk about, so many matches. Well, not really. It's down to 7 at this point, due, of course, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. You can check out our Roman Reigns video on our channel, but we're not going to discuss too much about him. But first match that we're going to be talking about, me and Kyle, of course, we're going to be talking about the Intercontinental Championship match between the current champion, Dolph Ziggler, and the challenger, The Miz. And Damien Sandow will most likely be at ringside, and R-Truth. So, this match, we'll get to Kyle's prediction right after mine, of course, and I have in this match, this one was surprisingly took me a long time to think about, I'm gonna have to go with, The Miz on this one, and it's sad because normally I'd be rooting for Ziggler, but I just have The Miz winning. I have no idea why. No, because I just feel like if Ziggler were to win again, then the third match between the two, if there would be one, would just kind of be, I don't know, it would be 2-0. What kind of, like, it's not really a rubber match but I have The Miz winning it, and I really thought he was gonna win it at no, didn't he have it? Yeah. Wait, what was going on at SummerSlam? Was The Miz the Intercontinental Champion? Refresh my memory.
Yeah, The Miz won the championship at Battleground in the Battleground Battle Royal, and then he went on to defend it at.
Okay, I just got confused with the Battle Royal thing, but yes, The Miz was the champion, lost it. I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna regain it. I have no idea why. I just think that it could go back and forth if they have another bout. Hopefully they do. I just have The Miz going with it. Normally, most people probably go with Ziggler because, I mean, he's the favorite, kind of, and they want his reign to go on further. I do, but I just have The Miz winning it. It's one of those predictions that goes against who you're rooting for, but there's no big reason behind it, just so I can say I told you so. So, Kyle, what are your thoughts? Who do you have winning the Intercontinental title match?
On my list here, I have Dolph Ziggler retaining. I'm a Dolph Ziggler fan. I don't know if I've made it clear, but I am a big Mr. Ziggles fan. I really think he's going to come out of Night of Champions as the champion. I just wanted to talk about Night of Champions for 1 minute. This pay-per-view is probably it's very, very important to WWE for many reasons. People that subscribed to the WWE Network back in February, this is a 6-month point now, considering, that's what they're booking it. That's what they keep saying it as. It's like the end of the 6-month commitment, this pay-per-view, since it started back in February, and it's been 6 months. And so this is pretty big for WWE. And this pay-per-view isn't like an Extreme Rules, a Hell in a Cell, a tables, ladders, and chairs. It doesn't have like a match, like a Hell in a Cell match, like extreme matches. You know, it relies on the championships, and for this Dolph Ziggler Miz match, if this would to open up the card like we're predicting it to, considering this is our first pick, it's really going to have to set the standard for the rest of the pay-per-view that championships are important, and I really think it's going to, considering it is Dolph Ziggler, who's one of the best workers in WWE, and The Miz, who, in my opinion, has improved more than anybody else in the company as a wrestler this year, you know, with this new gimmick that he has. So I'm going with Dolph Ziggler, though, to win. I really feel like The Miz does have a good chance, though. If we look at the build-up to this match, it's been pretty good. You know, they've consistently been on Raw every week, and SmackDown for that matter. They've brought in Damien Sandow and R-Truth. 2 guys before this feud between Ziggler and Miz, really neither guy was doing much, so to bring them in is pretty fun and interesting. So Dolph Ziggler has really gotten the upper hand, I think, on SmackDown. He won another tag match along with Sheamus. We'll get to Sheamus Cesaro later, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of look at this as a rubber match because I don't know. I mean, they had, of course, the Battleground Battle Royals when it first started. Miz eliminated Ziggler from the Battle Royal, so I don't know if people count that as a first match, even though it's a Battle Royal. This is their second singles match for the championship, though. So, I don't know. I mean, I really want Ziggler to win and move on, but then I look at it and say, what is next for the Miz? You know, he comes in, he has this big run as a heel in this Hollywood gimmick, but they only give him a 1-month Intercontinental title run, so maybe throw the title on Miz, give him another singles match at Hell in a Cell, or just Ziggler win and end the feud, because it's been going on for a while now, and really can't add much to it, so I don't know. I mean, I'm going with Ziggler to win, but I do see a possibility in which the Miz does pick up the championship. So yeah, Ziggler winning, but I still see the Miz doing it, but my number one pick, Ziggler, is going to retain at Night of Champions.
Alright, now, I mean, I'm guessing with your prediction you're rooting for Ziggler. I mean, I'm rooting for Ziggler, but if the Miz wins, that's kind of good for me, because I predicted it, but still, what? Still, we're expecting that to be a pretty good bout, possibly opening up the card. And up next, we are talking about, shifting gears, talking about the, not necessarily the Roman Reigns situation, because you can check that out in our previous video, but more talking about what role Seth Rollins will play at Night of Champions. I mean, there's a bunch of possibilities. I know there's a certain name that's most likely going to be brought up during this part of the video. CM Punk. No. So I'm going to start off with you, Kyle, this time. What kind of role do you think that Seth Rollins will have, and what do you think is going to happen overall with Seth Rollins in Night of Champions?
Well, I don't know if a lot of people are predicting this, but I am definitely one of them. What I am predicting Seth Rollins to do. Well, first of all, let me take you back to Raw. My immediate prediction was that they of course had Rollins versus Reigns on Monday Night Raw. It was they had that match, and Reigns won. But what I initially expected, my prediction, I posted it on Twitter. If you can go to my Twitter account and check that out. What I predicted was that Dean Ambrose, there's the name that we were talking about, was going to interfere. Well, what was going to immediately happen is the Authority, Kane, Randy Orton, and Kane Orton pretty much, were going to interfere and start to attack Reigns like they did the previous week in the cage. And then out came Ambrose to make the big save, and then Reigns would be written off of the Night of Champions card, and it would then be Ambrose Rollins this Sunday at Night of Champions. That didn't happen. But now, boom, here's what we got. We got an injury from Roman Reigns, legit injury. Dean Ambrose is not legit. I don't know if many people know that, but of course he does not have a legit injury. He was filming a movie, so. But then what happens is, what I'm now predicting to happen at Night of Champions is Rollins comes out, mid-show. He, along with, I guess, maybe Kane. I don't know if Orton will come out. He has a match with Jericho. But I don't think that Rollins is going to be involved in Orton Jericho at all. I think that's just going to be a regular match. And then, well, I'll get to that later. But I do expect Rollins to come out, maybe with Kane or maybe alone, and maybe in a suit or something, and be like, I told you I was going to take out both of my brothers. I told you that neither one of them was strong, and I was the leader. Something like that, what he's been doing lately. And then, out of nowhere, he's not going to come down the ramp. Out of the crowd, here comes Dean Ambrose attacking Rollins or whatever. Then he's going to throw Rollins out the ring. He's going to be like, all right, you better get out of that little suit or whatever, and we're going to have a match later tonight. And then, the commentators are going to go berserk and be mentioning it throughout the show, and then it's going to potentially be the second to last match. So, I don't know, it may sound crazy, or it might be, very obvious what's going to happen, or it might sound like, wow, will that happen, will that not? But that's definitely what I predict Rollins to do. I don't see any other thing. I don't see him not having a match. Unless he I don't know. I just don't see him not having a match. I mean, I think that he's going to face Ambrose. There's no other names that came to mind. So, yeah, there we go. Rollins versus Ambrose, I believe, is going to happen at Night of Champions. So, what do you think, Joe?
Alright, this is what I think. I think that, first of all, your prediction was pretty good. Good. Yeah. Anyway, I have a similar prediction. As you were saying it, I was like, alright, is he gonna steal mine? Nope, you were close. What I was thinking is that, very similar to yours, Seth Rollins comes out. I wasn't thinking sooner, but just comes out, maybe, grabs the microphone, and there's like a ref in the ring. It was like, oh, they're like, we'll give you this much time till you come out the ring. Like, I mean, obviously knowing that Roman Reigns is injured and stuff, and be like, he'll be all proud in the ring, being all cocky. And you're like, and you're winner of this match, Seth Rollins, and then he just stands there posing, maybe mid talking. Who knows what he'll do? And then you were spot on with my prediction when it came to not going down the ramp, but through the crowd. I had that down. Dean Ambrose doing out of nowhere suddenly. I see that definitely happening. I just don't see his music hitting and then just running down through. I see it more out of nowhere. It's more of a definitely should get more of a pop from the crowd than it would going down the ramp, in my opinion. It's just like, whoa, suddenly. But that would be interesting to see. Hopefully that happens. And, you know, he's done with the movie, so he'll definitely be there, in my opinion, tonight. And what else did I have down? Yeah, he basically just attacks him. I don't see a match happening, necessarily. I see more of like a mini brawl, similar to what we've seen at Payback it was, and we've seen like every Monday night on Raw, where Rollins was going to cash in. But they'll have a mini brawl. Of course, a bunch of officials will separate them. Triple H will get involved and be like, get out of the arena. And that was some more Johnny Laurinaitis. But anyway, it should be interesting to see. I don't see a match happening, is what I'm saying. And it'll have to wait till Hell in a Cell, I believe. And that will most likely be a Hell in a Cell match. I see that happening. That's an early prediction. They'll face each other in a Hell in a Cell match. I see that happening. So that's my thoughts on that.
Cool.
Yep, cool. And up next, we are talking about the highly publicized in the WWE lately, the Divas title.
Oh, God.
Yeah, oh, God.
Well, I mean, we go from a great feud in Rollins-Ambrose to freaking the Divas match.
Yeah, just
Rollins kill.
Yep, exactly. But anyway...
You started off.
Yeah, I know. Mid-video, guys. But anyway, the Divas title match. It's, of course, the champion Paige taking on both AJ Lee and Nikki Bella in a triple threat match for the title. And, wow. This one was one of the longest ones it took me to predict. I was going back and forth. I was like, oh, AJ Lee, no, Paige, no, Nikki Bella. Who's it going to be? But overall, I am going to have to go with the kind of obvious, kind of not obvious pick, and that is Nikki Bella. And it's going to be ugly, people, as Brock Lesnar would say. I just see that happening. I was going to say Paige. I actually changed it up last minute. But I was going to say Paige because I thought Nikki Bella and Brie Bella would just go on through their normal feud without the title in the way. But then I was thinking, I was like, maybe we'll just have these two fight over the championship. And I thought, well, Nikki Bella's technically a part of the Authority. If they want the Authority to have a good name, basically, they'll give Nikki Bella the championship, and they'll try to fill out champions all over the Authority. So that's where that came in. And yes, we will see a Nikki Bella, Brie Bella fight for the Divas title. Nikki Bella, of course, holding it. That's my prediction for that. I don't see this really... I mean, it'll be a good match in a way. Good. Because it's going to be kind of unpredictable, and that'll be the exciting part of it. But I don't know how good of a match it's going to be. Be interesting to see how it plays out. But I have Nikki Bella winning, and then going on to face her sister Brie, possibly at Hell in a Cell. You know, go having their own feud. So that's my thoughts on that. So take it away, Kyle. What are your thoughts? Who's going to win?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, while you were saying yours, you said that the obvious pick that Nikki Bella wins it, and I kind of agree with Nikki Bella's being so obvious that she's going to win it with this big push happening for her. But you know what? I think a lot of people have, kind of forgot about AJ Lee in this, but the AJ Lee Page feud. But I don't know. This is tough. I really took me a while to pick this one as well. So but I ended up going with Paige to retain the Divas Championship. What I see is going to happen is I expect Nikki Bella about to pick up the pin. She might have hit her finisher, whatever it is, and then out comes Brie Bella with the interference. Of course, it's triple threat, so that's no disqualification, I believe. And I expect her to interfere, take out Nikki, and then Paige to hit a Paige Turner on, I don't know, maybe like AJ or something, just so it doesn't make Brie Bella look like a heel, because Paige, I believe, is supposed to be a heel, even though she's more like a mixed heel face. But I don't know. I still expect Paige to win because they've been flipping the championship a lot. Like, I think Paige won it from AJ, and then AJ won it from Paige, and then Paige won it from AJ. That's like 3 different changes. Why give it AJ to Paige, from Paige to AJ again? I don't see a reason.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. There might be 2 Divas matches on Hell in a Cell. Going further into it, you might have Nikki Bella versus Brie Bella, not for the championship, and then we might see AJ versus Paige round 15. So it feels like they face each other so many times. But yeah, I'm going with Paige to retain. So that's my second championship retaining so far. So yeah, I mean, I just don't see why end her title reign so early. She just won it, and basically Nikki Bella doesn't even deserve the Divas Championship. First of all, she hasn't done anything. Prior to this, she wasn't wrestling, all the time like Paige and AJ. And when Nikki Bella did wrestle, she was in 6-on-1 handicap matches, losing. So she didn't do anything worth getting the championship. So I don't even see a reason, as a fan, to give her the championship. Why I want to see her as the Divas Champion. I mean, I'm not going to pick her to win. So I like Paige. I like AJ. I like both of them as a champion. But I'm going with Paige to retain simply because she's a champion right now, and there's no more reason to flip the championship in this type of match. So, here we go. Going with Paige to retain.
Alright, so far, you have 2 titles retaining, and I have 2 of them changing hands at Night of Champions. So, let's see how further this gets, and let's see how further it gets when we talk about, up next, the United States Championship match between the current champion, Sheamus, versus the challenger, Cesaro. So I'm going to start this one off with you, Kyle. I'm sure everybody wants to hear your voice even more. Who do you have winning this match?
Well, I'm going to keep the trend going of... Well, no, I'm actually going to change up the trend. Sheamus isn't going to retain. It's Cesaro's time. He's going to become the United States champion again for the second time. I'm going with it. I think it's finally time to give Cesaro that championship. He hasn't been the United States champion in a long, long time, ever since he lost it to Santino Marella like last year, like before Real Americans, before all that. So I'm going with Cesaro. It's time to give him a championship run. Sheamus is irrelevant right now. His championship run has been okay, I'll admit it. He had a couple good matches. I think he even faced Cesaro, Extreme Rules or Payback or one of those.
Yeah.
I know he had a match with Cesaro at one of those, but other than that, it hasn't really been much of Sheamus. He didn't defend the championship at Battleground. He was in the Battle Royal. Wasn't even on SummerSlam. So I think it's time to give Cesaro the championship, and I think WWE can finally, hopefully their fans will be happy with the champion the mid-card champion. It'll be Ziggler and Cesaro. They're like, okay, let's give these championships more importance. So there you go. We give it to two of the most popular guys in WWE when it comes to the internet. But I don't know. I would love to see Cesaro as a champion again. I want him to be WWE champion because I even almost predicted him to win the Money in the Bank a couple of months ago. But I don't know. He needs a championship. He needs to become more relevant. You know, this feud has not had the build up as any other championship feud out there of the other three. Of the other four championship matches on the card, this has probably had the fifth most build up, so the lowest. But that's okay. Cesaro knows what it's like to be a champion. He was a champion in the Indies. He was, like I said before, he was a former U.S. champion. I'm ready for him to become a champion again. I mean, once he becomes a champion, he'll be wrestling more. I mean, so hopefully he gets to have more classics with these mid-carders, and it'll be fun. So I really want him to win it. I like Sheamus. I do. I'm not gonna rip Sheamus. You know. I said I made it public that I like him. Check out our Sheamus video. But I just don't think that he's the guy to hold the championship right now. Maybe he can go in a feud with Ziggler or Miz or somebody, or go out and form a tag team. Not just want him away for now. Or maybe the feud can keep going, but just give Cesaro the championship. But yeah, I made it clear that I want Cesaro here. Joe, I hope you agree with me. Who are you going with in this United States Championship match? Sheamus or Cesaro?
Let's see here. Cesaro, because I don't know if I've made it very clear in the past videos. I don't think we've really talked about Cesaro that much in all of our videos, but let it be made clear that I'm a huge fan of Cesaro, and that's not the only reason why I have him winning the United States title. I think it's his time. I've thought it's his time for a long time. I had him winning the Money in the Bank World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. No, not the Daniel Bryan one. I had Daniel Bryan winning the other one. But anyway, I have Cesaro winning this because he's probably my favorite superstar as of now. He's just the best wrestler in the company, I believe, in the industry. I just think that Sheamus' run was really bad, in my opinion. He didn't really defend it that much. Maybe once or twice. It hasn't been that good of a run. And it's time for Cesaro to take it and make it very relevant. Because Cesaro, I mean, I'm already praising him enough, but he seriously is fantastic. And I just hope to see him have a great title run. Don't know how long that could last. I don't know. In a way, it's kind of obvious. I don't know why I'm saying obvious, but it's really probably a lot of people are predicting Cesaro to win. I don't know if people are sick of seeing Sheamus as the champion. I mean, no offense to him. Like you said, I have nothing wrong. I don't have any beef with Sheamus or nothing like that. But Cesaro, I have winning the U.S. title. And up next now, I mean, we have an interesting match. And these two are facing off. I know they're both one of Kyle's favorites. Up there somewhere, it's going to be Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. And, of course, non-title, because none of them have championship. And let it be known, people, that this is Chris Jericho's final match on his current WWE run. So it should be interesting to see if he's leaves with an injury. And let me just get to my prediction. I have Randy Orton defeating Chris Jericho. Whenever it's like known out there that someone's leaving the company just for their current stint with the company, I just always know that they're going to lose their final match if they're like a big name. Like Rob Van Dam recently left, but it wasn't really put out there that much. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. This is Chris Jericho, who's had some nice feuds as of late with Bray Wyatt, now with Randy Orton, and of course he's been, being injured on Raw lately, being stitched up, all that stuff. I just see him losing and having a, storyline injury, pretty much. And I just see that's in a way, the best way to leave the company for now with an injury. It's the best way to. You can't leave on top and then suddenly not show up for Raw, SmackDown, all that. So, you know, I have him losing and being injured pretty bad. So, goodbye to Chris Jericho. And what are your thoughts on this? Maniacal Laugh.
What, the Jericho Orton match?
Yeah.
This is a tough one to predict in a couple of ways. Well, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Jericho's been around since we know, like 98, 99, and then Orton, of course, since like 02. But I think this is their first ever. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody out there, Joe? Anybody's watching? This is Chris Jericho and Randy Orton's first ever singles match on a pay-per-view. Am I right about that?
It may be.
So. I don't remember these guys facing each other.
It may be. I've never heard of it.
I mean, throughout the years, I don't know. No, actually, I'm wrong, because they feuded right when Jericho came back. That was a long time ago, but
but yeah, 2007 they did.
A little bit, but when Jericho came back in 07,
yeah.
he first feuded with Orton over the title. I think they had a match at Armageddon, but then he started a feud with Jericho, JBL. So they've had one match. That was only a really brief feud, so to see these two face each other is pretty cool, because like Joe said, Randy Orton and Chris Jericho are like tied for first among my favorite all-time and current. So I'm a big Jericho fan, big Orton fan, and this is very, very good to see. I like this match. Jericho 6 times world champion, Randy Orton 12 times, so 18 people combined world titles in this match, and I'm gonna have to agree with your prediction though. To go with Randy Orton to win this. I mean, Jericho, I don't know if has it been out there? Is this his last match? I mean, that's what you say, but
yeah.
I don't know. But he's been changing up the date. I hope he comes back like at the Royal Rumble. I don't want him to be gone for a long time, because this run was pretty short. But you know, I have to go with Orton here. Maybe an injury, or maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be awesome though, and I feel like Orton's going to win clean. I mean, Orton hasn't gotten a big win in a long time. He didn't win at WrestleMania, Extreme Rules, Payback. So he hasn't won in a very, very long time on a pay-per-view, so. And Jericho has. He won at Battleground. So, hey, just give Orton the win. Put him over a little bit, so maybe if he has a future feud with Lesnar or Cena or something, please not Cena, but that he can finally say he got a big win. And over Jericho to, in his last match of this run, is what people are reporting, you know, give him the win. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a great match. Both guys are still in the prime of their careers. Jericho maybe a little past, but Orton still is, and Orton needs this win. But it's going to be fun, and don't forget about Chris Jericho. Before the show, he'll be on the Peep Show with Christian. So that should be pretty interesting, maybe, if that has any sort of effect on the match later in the show, or I don't even know why they're doing it, but it's not in Toronto. I mean, if it was in Canada, it would make sense, but I don't know, maybe it has to do with Christian and Randy Orton's former feud or something. I don't know. But that would be pretty fun to see, and yeah, I have to go with Orton on this one, but I'm not going to be upset if Jericho wins, obviously. I'll probably be more happy if Jericho wins, but nonetheless, I have to pick Orton here. I'm going to be rooting for both guys, but if I had to pick one, it's going to be Orton, and it seems more obvious that he's going to win. So, there you have it.
Yee, indeed, and we both have Orton going to defeat Chris Jericho here, and be a nice match, solid match. And the Christian thing, that should be interesting to see during the hour-long pre-show. I believe they're just doing it because Christian's been like cleared to come back in some kind of role, and they probably figured, oh, let's just give him his talk show before the next pay-per-view. Why not? But anyway, because he can't fit into a feud right now. But up next, we were talking about the tag team titles match. I've been personally waiting for this one for a while. Ever since Gold and Stardust had their chances taken away from them when the Usos got counted out on purpose. I've been waiting for a long time. There goes Heel Joe. But anyway, I'm gonna keep on going. I cannot believe before the video started. I could not believe what I was doing here, predicting So far, I have every single championship changing hands. I'm going with Gold, and Stardust defeating the Usos, the current tag team champions, because it is time for the Usos to drop the titles. And who better than Gold and Stardust? Not Goldust, Gold and Stardust. And finally, Gold and Stardust will reach the Cosmic Key, which are the tag team titles. It's going to be an awesome moment. I'm just a huge fan of Gold and Stardust right now. At first I was a little iffy about them, but I'm just a huge fan of them, especially since they're heels. But the Cosmic Key shall be theirs tonight at Night of Champions. So there you have it. It's time for the Usos to drop the titles. It's been a long time. I've had them losing the titles for a long time, and it is now the time for Gold Stardust to reach the Cosmic Key. Take it away, Kyle. Who do you have winning?
I agree 100%. Gold and Stardust, or Star and Goldust.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I gotta go with these two guys because I would too have really wanted the. I don't hate the Usos, kind of like I don't hate Sheamus. Usos, they've had better title reign than Sheamus though, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I really expected the Usos to eventually drop to the Wyatt family in that series of matches. I just don't want these two to have series of matches because they faced each other on multiple occasions before, back when Cody Rhodes was still around. Whatever happened to him?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
But yeah, I have to go with Gold and Stardust in this one. This will be my second championship title change, and I'm going to be really happy if all these title changes do end up happening. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is still a champion. How cool would that be? Paige still a champion. Cesaro finally winning it, and then Gold and Stardust. It's going to be awesome to see. Hopefully, Night of Champions goes this well. But I mean, the Usos have been really fun as champions. It'll be a phenomenal match. I think it will potentially be a match of the night, kind of like how the Wyatt family and Usos were a couple of months ago at Money in the Bank, Battleground. So yeah, I got to go with the Dust brothers. So finally getting the Cosmic Key. So there you have it.
Okay, that's a moment to remember, just like the last video. Check out what Kyle did in the last video, by the way. But anyway, yes, we both have the Gold and Stardust, or Star and Goldust winning. Gold, yes, you'll see us tweeting about that a lot throughout the night, probably. Gold. It's just gold, guys. And they're going to take the gold. But yeah, I've been wondering what's been happening to Cody Rhodes too recently. That's kind of weird. You brought that up. I forgot. I mean, Stardust kind of looks like Cody Rhodes a little bit, don't you think? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It could be just me. But anyway, up next we were talking about the feud that ended Monday Night Raw this past Monday. It is the fight for, not freedom, but for their country. It's going to be Mark Henry / America versus Rusev / Russia. This match, I'm really looking forward to. No, I'm not really. It's going to be a boring match, in my opinion. Well, not really boring, but more like, I don't know, same Rusev matches we've seen in the past. It's like, oh, his ankle's starting to hurt, or something's starting to hurt, and he's really struggling, and then I have Rusev winning. Let me just get that out of the way. I'm always going to go with Rusev. Oh, dang it, I just spoiled the next pay-per-view's predictions. But anyway, I will most likely always go with Rusev no matter what. At least until he loses, finally, and then that'll change my mind beforehand. But Mark Henry kind of is the person who I would see ending his clean undefeated streak, because he's technically lost by disqualification, but the first person to beat him clean would probably be Mark Henry, but I have Rusev winning just because he's Rusev. He kicks ass, and he's been undefeated so far, clean, and I'm going to go with him probably for a while until his streak ends. But I have Rusev winning Lana's going to scream Rusev Crush, and then he'll do the Accolade, which is an awesome submission move. Rusev winning. Who do you have winning? Kyle?
I don't know. It's a tough one to predict, considering I think Mark Henry's got all the hype going around this match because it ended Raw and all, but maybe it should be an exciting match. I don't know. I have to agree with you and go with Rusev in this one. He's really had quite the run so far. Going through all of these great, he went over Big E, and then he went over the real American Jack Swagger, and now he's going over Mark Henry. And I don't know. I mean, I obviously don't think that Mark Henry's the guy, because I think that Rusev is going to have that big feud, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania time. I don't think it's going to be for the WWE Championship. I don't even know. It might be for the United States Championship, because I really always predicted a Sheamus Rusev feud, but I don't think Sheamus is the guy. I think they need to go with a real American, not Hulk Hogan people, but I don't know, Kurt Angle. I don't know. I don't see some boomers though. I don't know. I just feel like Rusev has to win in convincing fashion. I mean, yeah, he beat up on Jack Swagger a lot, but it's obvious that Mark Henry is bigger and badder than Jack Swagger, even though Swagger can put on better matches, and any Rusev Swagger match will beat a Henry Rusev match. So it'll be fun, it'll be entertaining, it'll be an okay match. It'll have a lot of big moments, especially when Rusev puts the Accolade on Henry and forces Henry to, I don't know, tap out. Freaking knows. Is Henry going to tap out? I mean, if Swagger wouldn't tap out, why would Henry?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he'll put him on. Maybe he'll debut a new finisher instead of that stupid kick he always does. Maybe he'll hit him with a World's Strongest Slam, or I don't know. I just nonetheless think that Rusev is going to win. Big match for him, and so there you have it.
There you have it. We both have Rusev winning. Oh, up next. I just couldn't wait to predict this one. I just could not wait to. Don't know if that spoils anything, but the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between the current champion Brock Lesnar taking on the challenger of Fruity Pebbles, John Cena. So it should be an epic match. I don't know. That's what we said in our SummerSlam predictions, but it ended up being a one-sided affair. I see this one being a little more even. If they do what they did at SummerSlam, it's just going to be really bad. I don't know. It's going to get lots of heat online, which is kind of a good thing for business because it brings attention. But still, I see it being a either way kind of match. But overall, I'm wearing the Paul Heyman guy shirt, so who am I going to go with? Am I going to go with my personal favorite out of the two, Brock Lesnar, or John Cena, the one I hate? For predictions purposes, I'm going to have to go with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Retaining the title, he's also my favorite out of the two as well. I have him winning. I don't see Cena winning so soon. I don't see Cena entering another title, not run, but challenging for it for a while either. And that's kind of why the reason I went with Rusev in the last one. I was going to say that early, but that would give it away. I thought I had Brock Lesnar winning. Lots of people are speculating that if John Cena loses like he should at Night of Champions, then he could possibly go on to have a little feud with Rusev. How epic would that be? I would personally love to see that, because if you think about how much heat John Cena gets, but yet he's a face. If WWE really wants to build him up as a big face, have him do that against the person who was being racist against WWE's main country of the United States. Rusev. Why? I don't see John Cena being a legitimate face any other way. The fans will not cheer for him unless he faces someone who they absolutely hate, like Rusev. Plain and simple. That's one of the reasons I picked Rusev and Brock Lesnar as well. But overall, Brock Lesnar I have winning because it's the right choice. Now, I'm not going to go any further with it. Take it away, Kyle. Who do you have winning?
Man, this prediction, I could not wait to do it because there's one word that will define this match. Woo! 16. 16 times world champion John Cena will win his 16th world championship at Night of Champions. But
Okay. So you have John Cena winning at Night of Champions. Are you there? I don't know if he's still with us, but anyway, he has John Cena winning. I don't know if he's just being silent, but I have Brock Lesnar winning, and he has John Cena becoming a 16-time world champion, just like Ric Flair was throughout his career in WCW and WWE. And there it goes. But anyway, it should be an interesting pay-per-view. We have great predictions. I had all the titles changing hands except for the WWE World Title. How awesome is that? How awesome would that be? All of a sudden, all the titles change hands until the main event, and you're like, "Oh God, Cena's gonna win! Cena's gonna win!" I have Brock Lesnar. Kyle has John Cena. Alright, and we were able to find Kyle. He was not done his prediction. Just technical difficulties, just like our last video. Man, it's been happening a lot. But, technical difficulties. Kyle, please continue your prediction. We left off with you saying that you had John Cena winning against Brock Lesnar at Night Champions. Continue, please.
yes, I have John Cena defeating Brock Lesnar at the Night of Champions pay-per-view. It's going to be a match. It's going to be a brutal match between both men. Like you kind of said earlier, it's going to be back and forth, or more of a back and forth kind of match than what we saw at SummerSlam, and I completely agree. But I just have John Cena coming out with the victory. It's obvious that Brock Lesnar's not sticking around that long, and I do think Lesnar will come back at the Royal Rumble to get the championship back or whatever. But I do have John Cena defeating Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Championship at I don't know. I mean, I really don't want it to happen, but I just see it so obvious that Cena's going to do it. 16 times. I really don't want that to happen. And I'm going to be rooting for Cena. Well, I don't like Brock Lesnar at all. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather have a part-timer in Jericho as the champion than Lesnar, but, that's a different point of view. But that's a different topic as well. But I don't know. I just really, really want a change in the championship picture, and this leads up to my next prediction. I think that Night of Champions is going to be the event in which Seth Rollins cashes in the Money in the Bank contract and becomes the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It's after a big championship match at Night of Champions. There's no bigger way to end it than have Rollins win. It'll be after I, of course, made the prediction of Ambrose versus Rollins happening, and I think that they're going to have a great match. And I don't know. I mean, I just really see. I mean, this has happened before, in which the Money in the Bank holder has had a match on the same event and then cashed in for the championship. I think Edge did it, and a bunch of other guys did it. I think it's time for Seth Rollins to become the WWE champion again, or for the first time rather, and cash in the Money in the Bank contract. And I just don't see it being. I just don't see him doing it on Brock Lesnar, and it doesn't make sense. It could set up maybe an Authority versus Paul Heyman thing. So I don't know. I mean, you know what? I'm going to change up my prediction. Actually, yep, I'm going to change. I know this might sound crazy. I'm going to go with No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stick with it. John Cena's gonna win, and Rollins is gonna cash in. So I'm going with Cena winning the actual match, but then Rollins walking out as champion. That may sound bold. That may sound like something that's not gonna happen. You know, way in left field, but it's what I think. And I want to change in the championship picture. And yeah, so I just don't see Cena. I don't know. I'm not 100% with the prediction. Because I don't see Cena beating Lesnar after Lesnar beat The Undertaker and, you know, saying that John Cena's better than The Undertaker, but we never, I don't know. But yeah, Cena wins and Rollins retains. So I don't have much more to say. I just hope it happens. I don't know. I want Rollins to win the championship, but I don't want Cena to win, become 16 times, even if he'll be the champion for 2 minutes. But yeah, Rollins winning.
All right.
There you go.
So you changed your prediction, then didn't, and then you did, and then you didn't. But either way, you have.
I was back and forth on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's understandable. But yep, I have Brock Lesnar winning. He has John Cena winning, and then Seth Rollins cashing in and winning. Interesting. And that's pretty much the video. I mean, we covered every single match that's been announced as of the making of this video. Of course, tune in Night of Champions on the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month. A 6-month commitment. And I will definitely be watching. I cannot wait. It should be an awesome event. And all the way through. And of course, you can go to, I'm going to start off. You can check out our website, almostexpertwrestling.weebly.com, for blogs. Some of our past videos are on there, as well as on our YouTube page here, which you can subscribe to, of course. And of course, you can follow us here at Almost Expert Wrestling at Almost Wrestling. You can also, what was I going to say next? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, like the video, you know, no matter what. And of course, comment. Let us know what your predictions are. But if you're gonna, I'm just gonna put this out here now. Tweet to me at Almost Wrestling your Night of Champions predictions, and I will retweet all of them, every single one of them. Of course, for my sake, I ask that you put like all of your winners in one tweet. I will definitely retweet them. At Almost Wrestling, of course, and of course subscribe. Take it away, Kyle.
Yes, my Twitter as well at Kyle Smith WWE, and also whatever. Just to add on, if he does retweet yours, I will retweet his tweet, so it'll show up on my page as well. So I like to see everybody else's predictions too. I want to see if anybody agrees on me with Seth Rollins walking out as champion. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, because it's difficult to predict, but yeah, please do that. Like Joe said, to add Almost Wrestling, and then he'll retweet it, then I'll retweet it on my page. So be sure to do that, and don't forget as well, comment right here on YouTube to this video with your predictions. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? How do you think the event's going to go? All the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, what's going to happen there? Just be sure this is a stacked card with it doesn't look like a stacked card now with 7 matches, but it's going to be. This means the matches are going to be long. So, speaking of long, this speak is going long. But, yeah, be sure to do that. The tweeting, the commenting, all that. Like the video, do all that. Thanks. That's it.
Alright. Got that in there. But, of course, thank you all for watching, and all the things are in the description below that we talked about. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, this is Almost Expert Wrestling.